No, it's not. Not even close.
Oh, I mean, it's got to be right up there. Wow, that was incredible to witness. We came off at the tea break and we were umming and ahhing who to put up top, and Hetty was like, I'll do it, I should do it. And I was like, go for it. We didn't like how things functioned in the first innings with Marn going up top and me batting 3 and what have you. So, yeah, Trav took it on and played one of the great Ashes knocks.
Where does that rank in terms of Aussie wins you've been a part of, Steve, and what kind of blow do you think that is psychologically in England now?
Yeah, I think that's got to be up there as well. Coming into today, starting 50 behind, the way our bowlers backed up was outstanding. Starkey had obviously an incredible game. In the first innings, we were bowling. I think he said he was bowling with the hockey puck or something like that when he came in here the other night. It was a terrible ball. It just couldn't stay on its axis, and to take 7 when it's doing that was incredible, and then to back it up today and bowl the way he did was outstanding. And I thought he was complimented by the other bowlers as well. I thought Scotty got his line and lengths and movement right today. That's the Scotty bowler that we're used to, and took some really key wickets, and Brendan Doggett bowled really nicely as well, and guys worked perfectly together. So we were pretty happy that we were chasing 200 in the end, and it could have been far worse than that. So the boys turned up, wanted it today, and got the job done.
Travis, you sort of came into this on the back of sort of 10 or 11 scores across different formats where the runs weren't coming. But you've obviously got an amazing record against England. Does it almost feel like you can flick it on with the switch because you've got all that experience behind you, it can do? But is it kind of like, you can do it in that situation?
Yeah, I'm sort of trying to work out what my preparation was last year leading into the summer, and we had Harrison ball inside 6 weeks off, so sometimes no cricket's better than some cricket for me. I guess that gives you an opportunity to look at scores and whatnot. T20 cricket, I wasn't too bothered. I felt like my best prep was going to be international cricket against Bumrah and India and that high quality fast bowling, even if it was 20 or 30 balls each game. I felt like if international cricket is going to hold me in good stead for whatever format. Probably didn't feel like I had time at the crease as much as I would have liked, sort of around New Zealand time. And so leading into that, I thought we made the decision to go to Blunston to play a Shield game, and thinking right, but wicket conditions down there were pretty tough. So I had a good prep. I had 4 or 5 days leading into that game. I hit during the game a fair bit with Stubbo at South Australia, and then here I trained all 4 days, which is unheard of. So just to find a bit of rhythm and get into things, and yeah, once you walk out into this atmosphere, I was more worried about, am I capable of doing it still? We'd had such a big layoff for Test cricket. Your mind takes you to, okay, I'm facing probably one of the better attacks I've ever faced. High quality, high pace, high speed. Am I still cut out for this on a wicket that can be pretty intimidating at times? So losing the toss wasn't ideal, because you take your mind to the last year, batting on that on day 4 or 5 was extremely difficult against high quality fast bowling. So I was probably more worried about that. And it's worked out all right because we finished on day 2.
And did you have were there any wobbles in that confidence after the way you got out the first innings?
No, I felt like I lined them up pretty well. I go by process, and I thought my process for 30 balls was pretty good. Picked out a fielder on the leg side. Happens. I've got out a lot worse ways at Optus Stadium than shoving one to mid-wicket. So, I'm not too bothered about it.
We might just stick to one question each so we can get around everyone for us.
Like Steve said, when he was looking around for why did you think today was the day you had to open for the first time in Australia? What gave you the confidence to do that?
It's been brewing for a bit. I thought it was the right opportunity to do it. We probably, like Steve said, we probably missed the trick a little bit the first thing. So I just felt like we lined up better that way. I played a lot of cricket with Jake as well, so I was pretty keen to try and take some pressure off him. I just felt like the moment was right to have 2 batting behind Marn and Smudge at 3 and forward feels right. Feels like that's settled. 2 high quality players who have an exceptional record here. Batting in the first innings after 30 overs, it felt like the ball got a bit easier. So to have 2 blokes, potentially if I could do the job with Jake, to have got 2 guys that average close to 60 in Test cricket to come in at that stage is pretty good. So I felt like everything lined up that was the right decision. They still had to make that decision, but I was pretty bullish around the fact that I felt like I could do it. Again, take some pressure off Jake at the other end, try and take some pressure off the guys behind me, and who knows if it was going to go well or not. But I was just pleased the way I started, and sort of when we got around that 40-50 partnership, it felt like it was right there for the taking, and felt like I'd set the game up pretty well for the guys behind me if it wasn't gonna continue on.
Yeah, I mean, let's just digest this first, I think. The last couple of hours has been pretty incredible, and it's probably too early to say anything on that, but what we just witnessed obviously was quite incredible, and I'm glad to have been in the house to see it.
Trav, when you say it's been brewing for a bit, I know there's been discussions around this, it's been floated. I think you were a bit cryptic last year in the build-up to that series. I mean, how seriously has it been contemplated, this move in these conditions, and how close did it ever come before today? You said, miss a trick in the first inning. It was a big consideration then.
No, it wasn't consideration in the first innings. It just felt like it was natural that's how it played out. Going back a couple of years, I'm not worried about personal accolades or anything in this team. I feel like if I could play a role at any stage, and we went around the circles a little bit once Steve sort of had a crack at it, and it was Nath had a go at, it was just each time I sort of just put my name in and said, why not? I'd do it in other formats. Could there be an opportunity to do what Davey had done? We were sort of looking for that role, someone to go out there and be a bit more aggressive, and I thought there's every chances. Did it in Sri Lanka, did it numerous times. I've done it in international cricket a lot now, so I brewed the idea, but I can also see that 3, 4 and 5 has worked pretty well. I understand where Ron and Pat are at, so all the conversations have been pretty fluent. We have a great relationship, and that's how they wanted to build their team around us at 3, 4 and 5, and that's how it's been. So, and it's worked pretty well. So I can see both sides, but I'm always putting my hand up. Look, I'm not going really aggressive at it, but I'm putting my hand up. If the team requires it, I'm more than happy to do it and keep the option there. And if they don't do it, it's fine. I'm not nor here nor there on it. Yeah, I thought Jake played exceptionally well today. That's his blueprint. If he continues to play that style, he'll play a lot of Test cricket, I think. I think a high-quality attack to go out there and play the way he did. I thought he watched it beautifully the first couple of overs, pounced on anything short, cut the ball. I thought he was exceptional, and we yin-yang off each other really, really well, and we played a lot of cricket, and it just felt normal out there. We didn't really overcomplicate things. We stayed pretty relaxed, and then, I don't know, batting with Martin's different, isn't it? So he had plenty of energy. I was trying to play it pretty calmly and just go about my work, and he come out there and was up and about. So Martin does his thing. We try not to run each other out too much. I probably cost him a couple of runs when I sent him back, but he knows that I'm not too interested in quick singles. So, but yeah, he had plenty of energy today. I thought he played really, really well, got himself away, played the short ball beautifully, which I think is going to continue to be a tactic at some stage throughout the series. So pleased for him to get through those moments and look really, really comfortable against it. So yeah, nice start for him as well.
Steve, can you give an insight into the psyche of the team last night after the performance with the bat? So many players get hit, hurt, and then sort of how you turn it around today to get the front of the line to come out and kind of do what you've done today?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of belief in that change room. I think it's different when you're 50 behind when if it was a 350, 300, the guys only bowled 30 odd overs, so they've only bowled 1 or 2 spells, so they were reasonably fresh today. Obviously, it's difficult still backing up, and they did it exceptionally well, but there wasn't a whole heap of miles in their legs. We wouldn't even got to a second new ball across 2 innings, so it's been good for us. But yeah, I think this wicket, it kind of gets better. I think at the end of day 2, it's probably at its best for the game late this evening. We saw similar probably last year as well.
Jeez.
You played all right, mate. You played all right. Yeah, but having said that, the way he went out and played, it sort of just changed the game initially. Putting pressure on, and him and Jake, that first partnership, if you can break the back of that and get off to a good start when you're chasing a reasonably small total, it just calms the dressing room, and everyone can sort of just relax a little bit. And yeah, I thought Jake and Hetty were magnificent.
Ben Stokes for your mindset in terms of like thinking of it as like a white ball chase or like what were you taking it as?
Oh no, I just wanted to go out and start well. I think the first innings, I guess you want to get into a series, you want to see what plans they've got for me. Obviously, the last Ashes was a lot. I didn't get a full ball for the first 2 or 3 tests, so David Saker being their bowling coach as well, one of their bowling coaches. They've come. I had the fly trap at one stage there when I walked out with 2 or 3 points and a couple of gullies. It felt very Victorian-like. So I sort of know like they're going to go through those plans. West Indies hung it to me a little bit in the last series. For me, I'm always prepared on, is it going to be full and straight with leg side field? Is it going to be hang up wide with points and test me there? Is it going to be short? There's sort of 3 or 4 plans that everyone sort of spins through in an innings. So get into the series, see what they have come up with. We flowed through all those at certain points of this test. So, no surprises, try and plan well, but it's always nice to get into the first test and see what their initial plans are. On a wicket like that, I expect them to pitch it up a little bit, and then once I got going, I felt like they were going to go short. So, they've done their research and their planning, and there was no surprises in what they were going to come with, especially with the attack that they had.
Steve, you've got on top of England in Ashes series in this country before. Does the nature of this win, particularly with the position England found themselves in just after the lunch, give you confidence you can do the same again, or have you seen something different in this particular England team?
I mean, that's certainly our plan. We want to win every game, but they're a good side. They've played good cricket for a long time, and we know that the style of play that they have, they're going to have their moments where they come off and players are going to score quickly and get away from us at times. And I think it's just about being calm in those moments and trying to come up with plans to either slow them down or get them out, and a mixture of 2 at times. But yeah, look, they're a good side, and I'm sure they're going to come back hard.
Steve, do you have an update on how Elijah is, and are you confident that his preparation for the game was appropriate?
How is he right now? Not well. He's not moving particularly well in there, the old fella, but his preparation was the same as it's been for every test match I think that he's played. There was nothing out of whack there by any stretch, and unfortunately just pulled up a bit lame early on in the game, and that happens when your back goes on you. I've been there myself, when your back seizes up, and it's not a nice place to be. So, I can feel his pain right now.
Josh?
Oh yeah, Steve, I was just going to ask about was he as well? Was it after that sort of a catch of chance over the slip score where he landed awkwardly? Was that how it happened today?
Yeah, I think he obviously was no good yesterday, and he was reasonable this morning, and I think it was that one that went over the top of us. He jumped up for and landed, and I actually thought it was his knee at one point. I think Alex said, I think he's done his knee, and I was like, all right, which wouldn't have been good, but yeah, fortunately it was the same thing, and in a way, but he just said before it's probably one of the best back spasms he's ever had, given the circumstances of this fella right next to me.
Steve, was that frustrating yesterday then with Uzi, how that all panned out, given the change up to the lineup and just an update on Nathan Lyon? I'm not sure how he's...
Yeah, I mean, it was a little frustrating. It wasn't ideal that, it all happened pretty quickly. I got told, I think, just before we got the last wicket, it was like 12 minutes, I think, that he needed to be on the field to go and bat. So it was all really quick, and I think that's why we landed where we landed yesterday, with probably him not up top. Today we had a little bit more time to go through it and work it out, but I mean, those things can happen in a game. No one's fault. Move on. And in terms of Gaza, he copped a couple on the guard, and he's a little
bruises.
tender, a few bruises he keeps showing off. He's tough though. He'll be fine.